Hey there, Chummers, and welcome to the Sixth World. And today we are doing another Shadowrun RPG review. We're taking a look at another Holostreets product, and this one is called Shadowrun Blood for Money. This is the third time that I've recorded this review because I'm coming off of a very long week of work. I was extremely tired, and the other two episodes or the other two takes were long and rambly. And because I was provided this copy for free for the purposes of doing an honest review, I'm doing a third take because I want to do. I want to do a decent review of this. I want to do it justice. So, Blood for Money. What is this product? Well, this product is a Shadowrun adventure. It's the first adventure in a campaign titled Lone Star Stories by the author. I forget the author's name, but I will provide a link to the Drive-Thru RPG listing for Blood for Money. I will also put a link to the author's own website, nullsheen.com. In the description of this video, so you can check both of those out and possibly purchase this product. But what Blood for Money does is, like I said, it provides a framework for a street-level procedural law enforcement campaign set in the world of Shadowrun. The analogy that I'm going to go with for it, because I think it's very apt, is it's essentially an episode of Law and Order set in Shadowrun. Not a literal episode of Law and Order, of course, but it very much has that feel for it, because there are rules for gathering evidence and how strong that evidence is, and then at the end you kind of put everything together. You work with the district attorney to put everything together. There's a trial, and you learn whether or not you've brought the perp to justice, or whether or not they get off scot-free. So it very much does have the feel of an episode of Law and Order set in the world of Shadowrun. So this book is divided into three parts. The first part is the special rules section. So this contains the rules that are being used to provide that procedural law enforcement framework. Now, the book itself, the intention behind it isn't necessarily. It seems like it's going for it's going for noble right in Shadowrun, but not quite. Basically, the idea is you are grunts within Lone Star. You are beat cops, and you are working to make the Sixth World a better place within that framework. It is specific to Seattle. It is specific to Lone Star, but there's no reason why you can't modify this to whatever city and whatever law enforcement agency you want to use. The rules included also cover Shadowrun 3rd Edition and Shadowrun 5th Edition. In fact, you can see the book is very much set up like a Shadowrun 5th Edition product almost. But there's no reason why you couldn't use this in any edition of Shadowrun. So the special rules section right here, it starts off by setting the expectations for the campaign, that it is not shoot first, ask questions later, because that is going to get your PCs arrested and thrown in jail, which is going to be essentially the end of the campaign. So you are trying to work within the framework of law enforcement to bring the perp to justice. It talks about gathering evidence and building your court case throughout the adventure, and how the strength of your evidence helps determine whether or not your case is successful or whether the perp gets off scot-free. It also talks about how you can call for backup, because you are a law enforcement officer as part of an agency. If you run into trouble, you can call for backup, and it talks about what that backup can include. Not an exhaustive list, really, in my opinion, but definitely provides a good framework to it. You can add or subtract from it depending on what kind of agency you're dealing with and what campaign you're running and that sort of thing. And then it also talks a little bit about character creation as well. It makes the point of noting that this is a street-level campaign, so your characters are going to be vastly underpowered compared to what a normal Shadowrun campaign will entail. You are not going to have, bleeding-edge cybernetics and magic and that sort of thing in this campaign. It's going to be pretty kind of basic, depending on what you've got. But it also gives you, a list of standard issue gear. You've got your official sidearm, you've got a vehicle, you've got stuff that's in your vehicle. So it gives you what you are given as a police officer, and goes from there, basically. Now, the rest of the book, I'm not going to go through the entire book here because it's only 18 pages and I don't want to put the whole thing on YouTube. But the rest of the book is the plot synopsis for Blood for Money, and there are 3 parts to the adventure. The first 2 parts are essentially like random encounters. And the random encounters are designed to give your players the opportunity to get used to playing within a police drama framework. Because that's essentially what you're playing through. Like I said, you're playing through an episode of a police drama on television. So like Law and Order or NCIS or CSI, that sort of thing. The two random encounters allow you to get used to gathering evidence and solving problems in ways other than just shooting them, which is how a lot of Shadowrunners operate, to be honest. And then the third part of the campaign, or the third part of the adventure, is the actual meat and potatoes of the run. It's the actual court case that you play through and that you build, and it has the actual perp that you investigate and you bring to justice. And I think that part I like. It flows pretty well. The random encounters, take them or leave them, but the actual main part of the campaign flows pretty well. Gives you the opportunity to gather different types of evidence. Doesn't feel like it's like, railroading, that sort of thing. And it also gets you used to building the actual case, protecting the evidence throughout the adventure, and working with the district attorney at the end. And you can even play out the trial if you want to get that in depth to it and actually do an episode of Law and Order. So anyway, I'm not going to ramble this time. I am going to give my final verdict for Blood for Money. Is this book worth getting? I think yes, it is. If you are interested in doing a law enforcement campaign in Shadowrun, yes, Blood for Money is worth it. It gives you a good framework for that. I don't want to say it's like a basic framework or something like that, because I don't want to take away from it at all, but it gives you a foundation for building an entire campaign like a season of Law and Order or something like that. It definitely is worth doing if you have any interest in running a law enforcement campaign in the world of Shadowrun. I will say there are some editing errors in this book. They are not egregious or anything like that. There's some sentence structure that's a little weird, some grammar that is a little bit funny. There's one paragraph that's copied and pasted twice. But other than that, it's nothing egregious. But aside from all of that, the book is very well put together. The adventure flows nicely. The rules are very interesting, and again, it gives you a good foundation for running a law enforcement campaign set in the world of Shadowrun. So, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and turn this over to you. Again, there's going to be a link to the product on DriveThruRPG if you want to purchase this. It is an affiliate link, so if you do purchase the product, it is going to give a little bit of money back to the channel. And then I will, as I said, put a link to the author's website, nullsheen.com, in the description as well. But let me know what you think about Blood for Money in the comment section of the video. Does this look like something interesting, something that you might run? Or if you don't necessarily want to run this, is it something that you might cannibalize, for lack of a better word, for your games? Let me know in the comment section below. There is a second adventure that I will be doing another video on. Hopefully I'll be more coherent in that video. I will not have such a hard time at work at the day job. And it'll be less rambly. But yeah, other than that, if you liked what you heard, leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Both of those things help me out quite a bit and help to spread the love throughout the YouTube algorithm. Drive-Thru RPG affiliate links are below if you want to support the channel more directly. Also, Patreon and membership links as well. And I will see you all next time. And that's the chip truth, chummers. Let me know what you think in the comment section, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel for more Shadowrun content. Hit that notification bell so you will always know when I upload a brand new Shadowrun video, and until next time, remember to shoot straight and never, ever deal with a dragon.